Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yambaghi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaitana wa farajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil Islam wa lakal hamdu bil Iman wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma ba'd. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله آمين يا رب العالمين ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير اللهم اجعل عملنا كله صالحا واجعله لوجهك خالصا ولا تجعل لأحد فيه شيئا آمين يا رب العالمين. So inshallah today we are going to continue our last topic, which is Affaal Taajub, and hoping that you guys reviewed it, so that's why I'm gonna just move on. So last class we talked about two set of Affaal, right? What were they? Nima and Bisa, right? So Nima and Bisa, and what do we know? Can someone just brief a little bit? What do we know about them?
So they are lazim. That means they do not take maf'ul. And they are so there are three things we need for afal tajib. First is the fail tajib, then the file, which will be rafa and with alif lam, and then we need wal makhsus, like the amazement that is referring to, and it should also be in rafa.
Very good. That's all basically. And today we are going to talk about another pair, which is Hasuna and Sa'a. Why we are making them in a different group? Because they mostly, or I should say sometimes, instead of having a file, they're gonna have a tamyiz. So that's why it's like a different category. So Hasuna and Sa'a. And Sa'a is for negative amazement, right? And Hasuna is for positive amazement. How amazing, how beautiful Hasuna is, how amazing and how beautiful. And Sa'a would be how evil or terrible and horrible, right? So now grammatically, these two words are Af'al. So grammatically, they are Af'al. They always have a file. In many cases, they take tamyiz as well. And if there is tamyiz, then translation would be the word as. The example is فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَأْوَاهُمْ جَهَنَّمْ وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرًا. Right? So فَأُولَٰئِكَ, and those people, right? مَأْوَاهُمْ, that is our mubtada. مَأْوَاهُمْ Jahannam, that is basically the khabar of Ulaika, right? So their last destination or their abiding place is what? Jahannam, right? So this is, and Mawa literally, Awa mean to take refuge or protection. So literally mean the place of refuge, right? But it's basically a place of living, right? It's saying that their place of living would be Jahannam. Wasa'at maswira. Now, wasa'at, so it is referring to something which is feminine, right? This is here version. And the previous context is telling us that it is basically Jahannam. But Jahannam is like, it was so obvious that they did not mention it again. Wasa'at Jahannamu, right? How evil or horrible or terrible Jahannam is, maswiran, as a living place or as a last destination, right? Masir is your last destination. So over maswiran is what? Tamyiz. So sa'a is taking a tamyiz, and its file is mahzuf over here. Or it could be seen in a different way. Whenever we have these nima, bisa, hasuna, sa'a, so the thing that we call maqsoos bil mad or dham, basically in grammar books you're gonna find them that they are, when we kind of reconstruct that kind of sentence, this maqsoos bil mad or dham is basically the mubtada, and this mubtada is muakhar. So how we can reconstruct this sentence? Actually, it is al jahannamu sa'at maswira. So Jahannam is how evil is this? How evil it is as a last destination, right? So this is how we can look at in a different way. So in that case, al jahannamu would be what? Mubtada. And where is the khabar of al jahannamu? Sa'at maswira. So this sentence
is like a kind of not repeating, like faulaika ma'ahum jahannamu, and then they're just avoiding the repeating the word jahannamu, right? Saying it twice is okay.
Yeah. So sa'at maswira is the khabar of jahannamu, right? And then since this khabar is not one word, it's not mufrad, it's a complete sentence. So then we are going to further break it down. So sa'at is what? Felu, dham, failuhu, hiya, right? And maswiran is the tamyiz of it, because sa is going to take a tamyiz. Make sense?
So Ustadha, we don't have to say like the whole thing that we did last time, like fi'l madin, jamid, the insha,
You can say it. I'm not saying
okay.
I don't have to repeat every time, right? So once I said it means yes, it is there, right?
Okay.
So you're gonna say it. Yeah.
Okay. So we can say it like this too. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for sa'a and bisa, they are jamid, but we're gonna find the hiya version in Quran Pak. Bisat and sa'at, right?
Okay.
So hiya version is there, but otherwise the rest of siga is not conjugated.
But
Right?
Ustaza, in this scenario, when we say like fi'l madin, jamid lil insha, this is not the beginning, right? Insha means it begins from that, right? So in this case, sa'at is coming afterwards, right?
No, it is still we're gonna say in beginning, because that sentence is by itself.
Okay. From wow, it is the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So wow is a fair, right? So
I don't know istinafia, but for Bisa and Nima, every time I see it says li insha.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So they are always saying li insha. So because
as you said, it could be like one bucket.
And actually, what is li insha mean over here is because they are starting the mad or zam, right?
Yes,
So they are not saying the starting of the sentence. They are saying the starting of that sentence, which is gonna show the mad or zam.
Mad or zam.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense.
जी जी
और वाव के लिए हमारा अतफ या इस्तिनाफिया के लिए ये बताया था ना कि वाव अगर कनेक्शन होगा, वाव का पहले और बाद वाला का कनेक्शन होगा तो वाव अतफ होगा, अगर कनेक्शन नहीं होगा तो फिर इस्तिनाफिया। एराब का कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए, यानी पहले का एराब कंटिन्यू हो रहा है वाव के बाद, तो वाव अतफ है। अगर एराब कंटिन्यू नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ चेंज नहीं हुआ है वाव के बाद, तो फिर वो इस्तिनाफिया है।
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
तो जहन्नम का एराब हमारे साथ में नहीं है, तो वाव इस्तिनाफिया होगा।
नहीं, ये that could be related to it as well, क्योंकि वही उसी जहन्नुम की ही बात हो रही है, right? It could be ataf as well, लेकिन don't confuse it when we say like sa'a is fi'lun madin jamid li insha bil mad, right? When we are saying li insha al mad, I think it does not mean that it is starting a sentence, rather it is saying that it is starting a
ताजुब,
yeah,
Taajub,
शुरू हो रहा है।
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Look over
makes
here,
sense.
guys. So felun asbarahum over here, it's saying felun madin, right? Jamid li insha li tajub, right? It is starting the tajub part, right? So it's not that it is starting a new sentence or whatever. It could be motufun ala to previous sentence. Okay. Yeah. Here we were. Okay, so this is clear, right? Because in some grammar book, you're gonna find that this maqsoos bil mad or zam, it could be basically the mubtada. But this is, they are saying that this is mubtada muakhar actually. Okay, so now we will see some more example and inshallah it will be clear. Next one, wahasuna, right? How amazing. Ulaika, they are rafiqan, as a companion. Right, so hasuna is also taking a tamyiz over here, and ulaika is the outside file of hasuna over here. Now, next example, ala mean listen up, sa'a mean how evil, terrible, horrible, ma yaziruna, whatever they are carrying, the wazan, basically, right? So now over here, sa'a came. What do we know about sa'a? That sa'a is supposed to take what? Tamyiz. Right? Sa is supposed to take what? Tamyiz. So ala sa'a, it should be sa'a wizran. How evil is, how terrible is what they are taking as a wizard. Right? So it should be wizran, but it's not wizran over here. Rather, it is taking what? Ma yaziruna is called the file of sa'a. Right? And this is so beautiful, and there is balagha point over here, which is I'm going to explain inshallah in next slides. Right? So the scholar will say that sa'a is working like a bisa over here, because bisa is supposed to take a file.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Right? So in grammar book, when you are looking at the Arab of it, you're gonna see that scholars are saying that in this example, sa'a is working like a bisa, which means that double is the bad condition over here. So this is double bad. And what is double bad? Or this is basically a balagha point. I'm gonna explain. So basically, this is the summary so far. Bisa and Nima, they will have a file after them, right? And this file is going to be what? And file or ism. In some grammar book, you're gonna find file of Bisa and Nima, and sometimes you're gonna find ism of Nima and Bisa, and which is all fine, doesn't hurt the translation or anything, right? So this is just how people look, because different scholar, they take differently. So this is just about the Arab of it. So Bisa Nima, they're gonna have a file after them. The example, Ni'mal Wakilu, right? And basically, Allahu is maqsoos bil mad over there, right? We can say Allahu Ni'mal Wakil. Can we say that? right? Same meaning.
Yeah. Yes.
Allahu ni'mal wakil. So in that, when we say Allahu ni'mal wakil, Allahu is our mubtada, right? And ni'mal wakil would be the khabar of it, right? And then ni'ma is fil jamid, li insha bil mad, right? And al wakilu is the file of ni'ma. This is how we can look at it, right?
Yeah.
So basically, in this example, we are saying Allahu is maqsoos bil mad over there. So the point I'm trying to make over here is that maqsoos bil mad or zam is basically what? Mubtada muakhar. We can reconstruct that sentence and the meanings would be same. Okay, then say sa and hasuna, right? Again, they are afalut taajub, mad and zam, but they are going to take tamiz many times, right? And what are the three components for these afal? That first of all, there is going to be fail, mad or zam, right? Then there is going to be a file or ism. And then the third component is maqsoos bil mad or zam. And both file and maqsoos bil mad and zam would be what? Rafa and proper.
Rafa and proper.
So this is the whole summary so far, what we did. Then next set is ma af'alahu. So you need to remember like a formula. So you're gonna have a ma, and after ma you're gonna have af'ala pattern, and then a pronoun gonna be over there. It could be any pronoun. So what is the formula? Ma, and this ma can be called ma tajubiya, right? The ma that is showing amazement. So ma and then af'ala pattern and then a pronoun. And this is how amazement is shown in Quran Pak. So this form of taajub translate as how beautiful something is, how amazing something is, right? So this is how A is basically. And this structure only appears twice in the Quran Pak. And let us take a look at these two examples. So what are these two examples which are taking ma af'alahu? The one is qutil al insanu ma akfara. Qutila, what kind of fail is it?
Madi majhul.
Fail, madi majhul, right? And what is al insanu?
Naifal.
Naifal, alhamdulillah. So qutil al insanu, how are we gonna translate? So this is what
cursed be
that? Yeah, curse on insan, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of sentence it is?
Jumla failure.
Jumla failure, of course, yeah.
Jumla failure, and this is basically baddua, dua, dua, right?
Yeah.
So fail madi could be used for many different reasons, right? One reason is that when fail madi as compared to fail mudariya is used, right? Let's say in one ayah, there is madi first and then mudariya first. Oh, sorry, mudariya second, right? So what is the comparison between them? Madi is for one-time action, right? And mudariya has istamrari in it.
Yeah.
Continuity in it, right? So this is one difference. Then we will see in Quran Pak a lot. If you open 30th para, or if you open any surah which is describing the day of judgment or Jahannam, right? All that stuff. What do you see? Madi is being used over there. Why? Because Madi is like something, what happened in the past. Can you undo it?
No.
No, right? It's bound to happen. So this is so certain, right? Madi is very certain, bound to happen. So that's why Madi is being used. Because there is no escape from terrors of day of Jahannam or day of judgment and all that. Jahannam and Jannah is described. This is set. This is certain, right? So we will see that Madi is being used for these scenes. So bound to happen. So that is the second. The third one is Madi could be used for cursing as well. Or not only cursing, I should say, curse for dua, for talab, basically, we can say. Right? Because we say jazakallahu. What is jazakallahu?
Reward from Allah.
May Allah give
Reward
you
you.
reward.
Yeah.
So jaza is what? Fi'l madi.
Yeah.
Madi.
Right? So this madi could be used for talab, which means curse or dua. Right? It could be used for dua as well. So now over here, it is used as a curse. Kutil al insanu. Right? So may man be cursed. Why? Now the reason is given over here. Ma akfarahu. So you see ma af'alahu pattern. How disbelieving he is. Right? We are just translation, how disbelieving he is not giving us enough shaking, right? But how powerful is this pattern? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing a taajub on us, right? It should shake us. So ma akfarahu. So now what's going on? We said kutila is felun, madin, mabni lil majhul, al insanu is the naib file of it. Now what is ma akfarahu over here? This ma we are going to call, it says ma nakira tama. Nakira tama in the meaning of shay'un azim, right? So showing amazement. And this is fi mahalli rafa mubtada. So kutila al insanu is done.
Yeah.
Okay, this is complete sentence. May destroy the man, right? And this is al insan, which is showing kullu insan, right? Every human being. No one on the earth is that being grateful. Not enough, right? People are grateful, but not enough as compared to what we are given as a blessing, right? Because if we spend each and every second of our life in sajda, still it cannot be equivalent to the blessing that we are enjoying, right? Our eyesight, subhanallah, how much worth it has, we have no idea, right? So this is basically, in that sense, we can say that every human being is what? Ungrateful. So ma akfarahu, ma over here is bimana shayun azim, right? Fi mahalli rafa mubtada. And what is akfarahu is basically the khabar of it. Khabar of this ma, right? And how we are, I want to show you, because you're gonna see in Arab books how they do the Arab of it. So akfara, right? Akfara. So how we are saying akfara is ending on what? If you leave just who away, akfara is ending on
Fatha.
what?
Fatha.
Fatha, right? So that's why they're gonna, because this is Hua version.
Yeah.
Right? So Hua version of Madi always gonna end on what? Fatha. So that's why we're gonna say Felun Madin Mabni. right? Because it's not going to, even I put an before it, it's not gonna budge. It's still an akfara, right? So that's why we are calling fe'lun madin mabni ala fatha, because it is ending on fatha, right? Wa fa'iluhu, and its file is damir mustatir, meaning huwa, right? Wujubun, like it is wajib on it that it should be mustatir. Okay, so it's wajib on akfara that it's damir huwa version should be wajib. The huwa version should be mustatir. Taqdiruhu huwa, but we know that it is huwa. Wal ha maf'ul bihi. Why not they saying whom is maf'ulun bihi? What? Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm talking to other. So who over here is what?
Maf'ulun bihi.
Is maf'ulun bihi, right? Wa jumla akfarahu is fi mahalli rafa khabar of ma. Right? And wa jumla kutila al-insanu, that was istinafiya la mahalla laha min al-i'rab. Right? And now look over here, asbarahum. Fama asbarahum ala nar. Right? So asbara, what do you notice? Same af'ala pattern.
Af'ala.
Right? And then instead of who, there is whom. So it could be any pronoun.
Yeah.
Right? Asbarahum. Now look, fe'lun madin, jamid, li insha li taajub, right? Wa fa'iluhu damir mustatir wujubun. So again, it's wajib on it that its damir should be mustatir. Wal ha maf'ul bihi. This is whom. Whom is maf'ulun bihi. Why they are saying ha maf'ulun bihi? Why? Any idea? So basically, when we say whom is a pronoun, right? Even pronoun can be divided into parts. Remember?
Meme is for the Jama, like
Yes.
Yes,
Remember we say zalika?
Yeah.
Zalik.
Za is the
So only za is the
ism ishar.
ismul ishara. This lam is lamul bod and
Baid.
ha is mukhatib.
Yeah.
Right? Same over here. Ha is maf'ulun bihi, and this meme is telling us that this is jama.
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Wow.
But we can, Ustada, like, if we want to, we can just say, like, whom is the maf'ulun bihi,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I'm
Simple,
just
okay.
showing you guys that
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
see in
Simple,
Arabic,
yeah.
so don't be worried
Surprise.
that, oh, what's going on?
Okay.
Why ha? Why not
Yes.
whom? Right? So I'm just
Okay,
showing you guys.
subhanallah.
Can you
That's a really good
so-
point.
So
Sorry?
can you just repeat one more time, Ma Nakira? That one I couldn't understand quietly.
Which one?
The Ma Nakira, how it is file. Sorry. Muktada.
Which one you're talking about, Sada?
The above example,
Above
Ustada,
kutila
Above one.
insanu
the
ma
ma
akfara.
No,
akfara.
Ma Akfarahu, that one.
Okay, so what you're saying about this mark farahu part?
Yeah, I don't understand exactly, quietly like.
Oh, ma nakira tamma.
Yeah.
This term I need to dig into it. I didn't get enough time, but whenever you will see this ma taajub, right? It is showing amazement. They are calling this ma taajub as a nakira tamma. Okay, nakira tamma. And the meaning are being used like something is great, something is amazing. How it could be in a good sense or a bad sense, right? Shayun azim. So why they are calling it nakira tamma, I didn't dig deeper into it. So for now, just to keep that term in your mind, that this ma, which is like you can just call ma tajubiya, doesn't hurt, right? But
तामा का पता नहीं होता है। तामा
sorry,
का पता नहीं, सॉरी तामा
tamma
का मुझे पता है,
incomplete.
लेकिन हाँ नकीरा इसलिए क्योंकि वहाँ पर हम लोग कराहत इजहार करें। माँ अकफर हो, कितनी बुरी
Yeah.
बात है कि इन्होंने कुफर किया। Allah ya.
They're taking it as a muktada. So that means they're dividing again akfarahu as a khabar jumla failure like that. How they're doing it?
Yeah. So why you have mubtada and then its khabar could be jumla ismiya or failure or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So khabar could be in the whole sentence.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
nothing
here
new
it's a
over
jumla
here,
failure.
right?
Yeah.
Like
So
from the if we start from the kutila, it's like
no, kutila insanu, I told you that
Different.
it's done.
That's a
Yeah.
separate
Kutila
bucket.
insanu, this is a curse, done. Okay, so this part is separate. It has nothing to do ma'akfara grammatically. Okay. Yeah, so this sentence is by itself, kutila insanu, and then ma'akfara we are going to take in a different bucket basically.
Ma is mubtada. Okay.
Yes, ma is mubtada and then akfara who is the khabar of it.
Khabar. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Jazakallah.
Okay. Then in this example, ulaika allazina, those are the one, ishtarau, right? So they traded.
Board. Yeah.
Yeah, they bought or they trade.
Yeah.
They trade what? Ad-dalala. So this ishtara will always come with the harfu jar ba. And the ba, whatever ism is with the ba, basically this is they trade something with. So they traded huda with dalala. So they were given huda, they were given guidance, right? But they traded with what? Dalala, right? So ulaika allazina ishtara wad-dalalata bil huda wal azaba bil maghfira. So they were supposed to take maghfira, right, by accepting Islam, by supporting Nabi, right, and they by following the deen. But what they did, they exchanged this maghfira with azab, right? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing amazement over here. Fama asbarahum ala nar, right? So fa is over here. It could be ataf, right? Ma asbarahum, same idea. Ma is ma tajubiya, right? Nakirata amma. And asbara is af'ala pattern, right? So failun madin, failuhu huwa, and whom is what?
Again, you have to break it in two, right?
Yeah. So fama asbarahum. So this is basically khabar, and ala nari is MBF.
F. Yeah.
So fama asbarahum ala nari. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that how
Asbara you taking as a fail.
Yeah, this is the
So
khabar.
you're taking asbara as a fail. No, asbara you're taking as a fail.
Yeah, it is fail.
Okay.
Yeah,
Asbara.
not
Afraza. Okay.
Not not ismu tafdil. This
Yeah,
is
it's
different
the
pattern.
pattern. Asghara,
Yes,
asbara.
it is on the pattern of af'ala. It is pattern of ismu tafdil, but we are not calling them ismu tafdil over here.
Yeah.
Because it is coming after ma ta'jubiya.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so this is failun madin, fa'iluhu huwa.
Family 4, right? Afroza, like that.
So it how you can differentiate? Otherwise, it will be.
ये अस्लमा family बोल सकते हैं ना हम लोग.
Yeah.
Asbara, like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
और
If
एक
there
तो
is
ये
no ma,
but aslama family, because it is gonna come with ma. When you see this aslama with ma, then basically we are applying that, right?
if there is no ma, then can we differentiate whether it is ism tabdil versus fi'l madi on this pattern?
Depend on the context.
Depend on the context, yeah. It will tell us.
I'm sorry for that. Ismu tabdil, I think the last letter has dhamma, right? Akbaru, asgoru.
The default state, yes.
Yeah.
The default state is yes.
It is
Yeah, you
makul or
can
something.
differentiate that way as well, right? So Aslama family, Asbara. But if you wanna make it Ismu Tabdil, that would be Asbaru, right?
Asbar.
Yeah. Okay, so now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that how tolerant, how patient they are with the fire.
MBF is متعلق بالفعل.
Which one?
Yeah,
MBF.
MBF
Yes,
is,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muta'alliq bil fi'l, yes.
Okay.
And even
So
this home
Ustada
will
over
divide
here,
into two, right? Home, ha, it'll go back to ha, right? And meme is for jama, right? This home, asbara home, again.
No, why you're giving back to anything? This is sentence by itself.
No,
So
no, no, no.
is
This
the
home,
maf'ulun bihi?
asbara
no,
home.
she's
Whom?
referring to the mafulun bihi. She said like we can, like, you know, you saw, you
Yeah.
said like, you know, it
Yeah,
was like
basically,
mafulun bihi
yes.
wal ha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So whom is referring to like Lazina, right?
Yeah.
Ji.
Yeah, yeah.
So Ustada over here, the ma will be the mubtada and asbarahum ala nar will be, the whole thing will be
The whole thing is
khabar,
for, yes,
khabar,
Yes.
and then we can further divide it into,
yes, yeah, the
okay,
whole, yeah.
okay.
So now, Allah, how we gonna translate? How tolerant, how patient they are with the fire. Allahu Akbar. Can we be patient to the to hellfire?
Mm-hmm.
We cannot be tolerant to the fire of this world, right? So how we can be tolerant to hellfire? May Allah save from us, save all of us. Yeah, Allahumma qina azab an-nar.
Ajirna minan nar.
Allahumma ajirna minan nar. Yes. Okay, so in terms of grammar, this structure is made up of three parts. Ma tajubiya, used to express amazement. The word following ma, used to tell what the shocking trait is, right? So for example, ma akfarahu. So akfarahu is the after ma we see, right? So this is going to explain that what we are amazed at, basically, right? And this word is going to follow the af'ala pattern. The last word used to say who possess this shocking trait, right? So whom or who, right? So who is taking that shocking trait, who is possessing it, right? So that would be mansub. Because whom over here, mafulun bihi is mansub, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one pattern. The other pattern is af'il bih. Af'il bihi or bih, whatever you're gonna call. So this form of Taajub translate as how it is. This structure only appears twice in the Quran. So subhanallah, the last one is also twice and this one is also twice in the Quran. And what is the example? Lahu ghaibu samawati wal ardi absir bihi wa asmi'. So lahu, for him, right? Like belongs to him what? Ghaibu samawati wal ard. Right? So the unseen of heaven and earth belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
Belongs to him. So now, what is the i'rab of ghaibu samawati wal ardi?
Mudaf
Mudaf ilayhi.
Idafa and then Musuf Sifa.
And sorry?
First question is Idafa and
The full thing she's asking, right?
The main thing I'm asking.
Mubtada muakhar. Mubtada muakhar.
له جار مجرور مقدم خبر.
Yeah, so ghaibu samawat is mubtada muakhar over here. Right? Okay, now absir bihi wa asmi'. So af'il bihi pattern, right? So how perfectly or how well or how amazingly he sees. Right? Wa asmi, and hears.
So it should
This is
follow
Allah
by
subhanahu
B.
wa ta'ala.
So this one is followed by ba, right?
Yeah, followed by ba.
Okay.
So which word is taking how here? How means where?
Abswir bihi, this pattern, af'il bihi. Abswir bihi. Right? Asmi'. So this is af'il bihi.
How? It means how.
Yes.
Some of Amor's pattern. Oh my God. What happened to Aslama?
Huh?
Again, the Amor pattern of Aslama family.
Yeah,
Afterwards.
exactly.
But it's followed by ba, so I think that's the
Yeah.
indication.
Yeah.
Whereas over there it was with ma.
So how you're
Over
going
here it's with
to
ba.
part?
Hmm?
How you're going to translate this part?
How well
Hmm.
or how amazingly
Hmm.
he sees
Hmm. Okay.
and hears.
How amazingly he is, yeah.
Subhanallah.
Somebody said it is related to Aslama family. How is that?
That's
I was just
Amar
saying
of
like
us.
This is Amar, right?
yeah,
As
I was saying like both previous one was Akbar pattern like Akfaro. That one is with the it comes with the ma, and this one is saying
So
something.
basically, you guys can see that it is overlapping with the Amar of
Yeah.
family 4.
Family, yeah.
Yeah,
But we
both are
cannot
family
call
4.
it Amar over here,
Yeah.
right?
Because of bihi.
Yeah, af'il bihi, it is same like aslama, the command part, but we are not going to call that because this is fe'lu taajub and this is how it gonna like this is the formula basically, right?
So what is the
Ustada, how are we
file?
gonna
Yeah.
how sorry, sister, you go ahead first.
Absir, what is the file? We will say something like you or Absir.
Yeah, that was my
File.
question too. Like, how are we gonna do the Arab of this absolute?
कैसे हम लोग लेबलिंग करेंगे
So
उसका
you're gonna say fe'lu taajub, showing amazement. Okay, I don't know if I put somewhere. No, not for this one. You can check with the Quran Hive, right? Or if we have time at the end of the class, we can go to the our Arab thingy, and we can see how they are doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so next one. Asmi' bihim wa absir yawma ya'tunana. So now the first example was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? How well he is and hears. Now asmi bihim. So him over here. Related to people over here, right? Asmi bihim wa absir yawma ya'tunana. So this is the scene of Day of Judgment. Day of Judgment, the people would see amazingly well. Subhanallah, right? Even one hadith of Prophet ﷺ, the gist of it is that their memory would be sharp like hadith, right? So we would be able to remember each and every act of us, what we did on that day. Subhanallah, and how regretful we will be, imagine. Because in this dunya, we do not remember even what we did in the past, right? But on that day, everything will be so clear in our head, and even the screen would be showing us everything, right? So over here, it is showing amazement that on the day of judgment, how well they would hear and how well they will see when they will come to us, subhanallah. So asmi bihim wa absir. So again, with after ba, it could be a pronoun, right? It's not only ha pronoun, it could be any other pronoun. So now in terms of grammar, this structure is made of two parts. the word that follows Af'il used to tell what the shocking trait is, and the ba is majroor attached to it, and the majroor tells who possesses this shocking trait. So now the balagha point that I was mentioning, we are going to discuss that inshallah. So the balagha point, this term is gonna call idmaj. Idmaj mean assimilation, insertion. So now we know that some afal marry to certain preposition, right? We just see that ishtara gonna come with ba, right? It is married to it. Or we say that amana or amina, right? We say amana billahi, amantu billahi, right? So it's gonna come with ba. Or we say taba, taba gonna come either with ala and ila. If it come with ala, taba ala, that is referring to the people, because ala means something is above. And who is above?
Allah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So taba ala mean that a man is repenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And taba ila, because it is used for with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, right? Taba ila. So when it is referring to taba ila, it means ila is down. So who is down? We, human being. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is coming to us in forgiveness, right? So he is turning towards us in forgiveness. This is taba ila. So we will see that certain afal are married with certain preposition. Then in Quran Pak, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses a fail. What happens in sometimes that he uses a fail and use a harf which is not married to this fail. He will use a different harf which will remind a reader a different fail. Did you get what I'm saying? So now harf from one fail and the actual fail of other meaning of other meanings are being used to the at the same time. So now look at the example. We say that for the azina mean to take permission, right? So azina and this the law would come with it. And then there is another fail which is auha, and with auha we will see in Quran Pak ila is being used. Okay, so with azina lam is used, and for auha ila is used, right? Examples we will see. Wa auhayna ila ummi Musa an ardihi, right? So we inspired Musa, the mother of Musa, right? So ila is used, mother of Musa, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired an ardihi, that you feed him, referring to Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. Or it says man azina lahu rahmanu wa qala sobaba, right? Who is have man azina, who the one who is going like granted the permission from Rahman. Only that person would be able to speak on the day of judgment, right? So man azina la is used with it. And then for auha we will another example, wa auha rabbuka ila nahli, right? So with auha ila is used. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired the Nahw to do what? To collect the nectar, right? And she's doing the zikr, and this nectar which is bitter change into what? Honey. Subhanallah, right? So this is all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired the Nahw. So this is auha ila. Now in Quran Pak in Surah Zilzal we say Iza zulzilatil ardu zilzalaha wa akhrajatil ardu athqalaha wa qala al insanu ma laha yawma izin tuhaddithu akhbaraha, right? So imagine all this picture. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in 5th ayah bi anna rabbaka awha laha, right? So why all this happening? Because that Rabbaka, your Rabb, awha laha. What pronoun is supposed to use?
Ila.
Ila. Ilayha.
Yeah.
Right? It should be awha ilayha.
Ilayha.
Yeah.
But laha is used. With what pronoun laha is supposed to be used?
Azina.
Yeah. Subhanallah. So this is merging, idmaj is happening, right? So now what should be the translation? That is all happening because your Rabb gave permission to it and inspired it, subhanallah. So both meanings are coming in awha laha. Did you get the point?
I have a question. Can I ask?
First answer me. Did you get the point I'm making here?
The balagha,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
Ustada. Yeah.
Can Mehreen, can you repeat that? What's going on?
So Ustada, you said like there are certain huruf that comes with, certain fi'l that comes with certain, like, married to certain huruf, but there will be cases where the afal are used with a different huruf. So there is a mubalagha in it, and then you gave us an example of azina and awha. So for azina, it usually is followed by la, with the lam, and the awha is usually followed by ila. But if it is like if awha is followed by la, the lam, or azina is followed by the ila, then there is a mubalagha. So that means both the meanings are actually collected in that word. So for example, you said bi anna rabbaka awha laha. So aha should have been followed by the ila, but over here it's followed by lam. So that means it has a collection of both azina and awha ilayhi. So it has a collection. So there is a mubalagha in it.
Exactly. Subhanallah, how beautiful it is, right? We're not gonna find that in translation, right? In some translation, you're gonna see in bracket written with the permission, right? And you were wondering why it is saying with the permission. That's why, because idmaj is happening over here.
So,
yes.
So these are the only afal that, or there can be many.
Many.
Okay. It was just an example.
That's yeah. This is just one example, right?
Okay.
That's why we know that word fail are married with what preposition. We should know that. Then we're gonna enjoy that, right? If we do not know, we're not gonna know about it, and we will not care, right? But if we know, then we are going to ponder over it, what's going on, right? Why this different harf is used, and this harf is married with what fail, and then basically two meanings are combined over there.
Okay, so that goes back to when you said like sa'a is used as the
double bad, yes.
Okay.
That was double bad, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, the question can wait till end because I need to finish the class and I want to finish this topic. Is that related or?
No, related to these pronouns only.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, how will we know which verb and which pronoun are linked? Like, is there any book like the book of Arab and all?
I'm gonna write it down, inshallah, that book.
Jazakallah. Just curiosity and interest in more.
That is our work hard.
That's a different topic.
We need to open Quran Pak.
Some words we get it like, taba, amantu, but what about the other verbs? Like,
Okay.
And sometimes it becomes opposite also, no, Ustaza? Like ragaba.
Yeah, okay. So this is what, when we are reading Quran Pak, we need to open our eyes. We need to see, okay, what preposition is being used with what fail, right?
Correct.
And then we're gonna make observation that is it used only one time or every time it is coming with that, right?
Yeah.
So this is your work. This is our work, basically, right? Yeah.
Yes.
You're not gonna find any book which is, maybe the one where very obvious, maybe you can find in some book, but this is basically, that should be our work to do, right? So this is how you can ponder over it. Yeah. Okay, so now, so now look over here. Bisa ta'amu. We know that after bisa we need a file, right? So bisa ta'amu, or with sa'a we need a tamyiz, sa'a ta'aman, right? Agree?
Yes.
But look at the example that we were discussing last class. Last class, we went through this ayah and it says, Bisa lizalimina badala. So with Bisa, we are supposed to have what?
File.
File, right?
Yeah.
So it should be Bisal badlu, right? So it's not Bisal badlu, it's Bisa badlan. Right?
Tamiz.
Tamiz is used, which is reminding us about Sa'a. Right? Because Sa'a need a tamiz. Sa'a badalan. Right? So this is double bad. Right? So this is double bad. So Bisa badalan, again there is assimilation, idmaj is happening. And translation, how terrible, horrible this exchange is as an exchange. Right? And vice versa. We see that ala sa'a ma yaziruna, right? So sa'a should have a file. Sorry, sa'a is supposed to take tamiz, right? Yeah, sa'a is supposed to take tamiz. So it should be sa'a wizran. So, but instead of taking tamiz, it is taking a file.
Ma yaziruna.
Yeah, which is reminding me of what? Which is reminding me of what? Bisa. Right? So now double bad. So how terrible, horrible it is what they are carrying, what they are holding. Subhanallah. Right? So how beautiful it is, and we never paid attention to it.
That's why, Ustada, we need you to do the tadabbur on the ayat.
Even I need to, for one ayah, I need to go through many books and I need to dig deeper. Even my knowledge is not that deep. I'm learning with you guys.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
I'm learning with you guys. Subhanallah.
Barakallah.
Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Okay, so now look at this example over here. Yaqdumu qawmahu yawmal qiyamati fa'awradahumun nar. Anyone knows what it is talking about?
Oh, that's talking about Fir'aun, that he will lead his followers to the
Day of judgment,
Jahannam.
fa'awradahumun nar, towards what? Towards hellfire.
Yeah.
Right? And what do we know about Pharaoh? How did he die? He was leading his people, his nation, towards
to the ocean.
To the water, right?
Yeah.
So now look over here. Wabisal virdu. Virdu mean the place of water. And mawru is the drink itself. Right? And it is also taking the meaning of followers. Right? So wabisal virdu wal mawrud. So how?
I never looked at it like this.
Yeah. So another thing over here is that they are saying virdu over here is mentioned over here. And the scholar is saying basically it is makanul virdi. Its mudaf is even mahzuf. Bisa makanul virdi. How evil, horrible, terrible is the place of drinking. Wal mawrud, and drink itself. Right, which is referring to hellfire. So over here, so bisa fi'lun madin jamid li insha zam. Al virdu is fa'il bisa marfu, and they are saying it is hazaf. It is marfu, right? But actually it is
it's mudaf is mahzuf.
Yes, its mudaf is hazaf over here, right? It's supposed to be jar, makanul virdi. But makan, since makan is not there, that's why it is make just al virdu, sorry, right? So makanul virdu, and mawrud is maqsoos bil dham over here. Wa huwa khabar li mubtada mahzuf huwa. So this I find it complicated. We don't need to take that route, but just showing you that this is how sometimes you're gonna find in Arab books. So basically they are saying the construction is bisa makanul virdi huwa mawrud, right? So this is evil. How evil, horrible is the place of drinking. Huwa, and it is al mawrud, horrible, drink itself. Right? Or the followers. The followers are, because the other meaning are follower as well. So the one, the follower, bisal virdul, if we are taking as a, because it is ism maf'ul, right? Mawrud, the one who is being followed. So the followers and those who being followed, both are terrible. And if we just simply go, right? So bisa is our fellow dham, al virdu is the file of it, and al mawrud is maqsoos with dham. That's all. Or we can switch, we can say al mawrud is mubtada and bisa al vird is the khabar of it. Right? Simple and easy. Make sense?
Yes.
So virdu is, sorry,
ये जो किताब में लेबल किया है वही, ये जो किताब में लेबल किया है वही अच्छा लग रहा है, क्योंकि ना अल मौरूद फॉलो होने वाले है, उस जगह को जाने वाले, इसका सेंस नहीं कर रहा है। हुआ अल मौरूद, वो जो फॉलो होंगे कहाँ को, उस जगह को, तो इसमें मीनिंग कंप्लीट हो रहा है।
Yeah. So now
Mawrud is here. Virdu is the place of drinking, and
yeah, so vird is the place of drinking, right? So this is zarf makan, right? And mawrud is ism maf'ul, right? So the bisal virdu and mawrud, what a evil drinking place to be led into.
what will be the meaning of exactly Mawrud?
हम उर्दू में यूज करते हैं वारिद हो गया, एंट्री के लिए भी यूज करते हैं, राइट? But you can check the dictionary. I didn't get time to go that deeper, but you guys can look in the dictionary what it is saying actually.
A place that someone is led to, right?
We call it Varid. Varid ho gaya.
Yeah,
But
so a
I
place
don't
that
think
you...
so, but I don't think so that is the meaning it is taking. That is different over here.
पानी के घाट पे गुजरते हैं, उसको करना वाला।
Yeah.
Can it be like drinking itself?
Drinking what?
Like the thing
Drink
you're drinking?
itself.
Like
Drink
the one
itself.
No,
like
it
water,
is
whatever
place.
you're drinking.
It's Wird or Mawrud? Which one?
Yes.
Mawrud is a maf'ul over here, and Mawrud is a maf'ul and is some
Zarf bhi hoga na?
same, right?
Zarf bhi
Yeah.
hoga.
No, but this is
like a place of drinking and drinking. Drink.
but
And the
Yeah.
drink. And the drink.
yeah, and drink itself, yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing that you are consuming, the thing you are taking. So this is ism maf'ul, right? But this is not family, mazid fihi family, because otherwise it should be meme with dhamma,
Dhamma.
right? It's not meme with dhamma. So this is maf'ulun patron. So this is family one.
Mujarrad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Marada.
the one is drinking, that should be some file. And the thing we are drinking, that is ism maf'ul, right?
Yeah, obviously mawrood is ism maf'ul.
So in
So
last
it's
slide,
a
what is
drink
the
or
IE?
the thing.
In the last sister, مخصوص بالدم وهو خبر المبتدا, and the
Which one?
other one, the last line of this,
Yeah.
the المورود का مخصوص بالدم وهو خبر لمبتدا محذوف. What is محذوف I?
No, I mean meaning huwa is mahzuf.
Oh, okay.
So
Not I.
not
That
I.
is, it is like in English, that is huwa.
No.
Mahzuf, that is huwa. So
Yeah.
huwa is mahzuf.
So you have to
I.e. just
understand.
like in English we said I.e.
Why you are you have?
Yeah,
I was confused. What is mahzuf I?
Mazuf ayu.
Mhm.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
the rest is for you guys to enjoy. Okay, yeah, inshallah. So
Inshallah.
these are some more example from Quran Pak and some other. And that last class I mentioned, I don't know how much you have done. So you guys need to go through Sajda. What about study sessions? Do you guys discuss all that stuff in study session or no?
So the study session is looks like we have to repeat again the lecture because
Why?
I think Usada, what I'm looking the trend of my study session, people who are here like understanding, participating, they don't come to the study session. Only people who maybe couldn't attend or couldn't get chance to look the lecture, they come back. So I have to again explain them the lecture. And
Wow.
that
Yeah.
is the time.
Yeah, she actually has to start from like the beginning of the lecture and she goes through all the slides because some of the students they don't listen to the lecture and they're not in the
No,
class, so she
so
has
no, you should tell before the study session that they should catch up.
Sending the last Marin, I'm in the group. From
Okay,
today, I will start sending.
let me end the recording over here and then we
Okay.
can talk.
Inshallah.
So inshallah we can end over here. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa dhikril hakim. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa nastaghfiruka wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifuna wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.